Welcome back to the Lovers4Ever YouTube channel. My name's Christine, and today we're talking about ghosting. So, do you know what ghosting is? I'll bet you do. It's a term used to describe the act of suddenly and unexpectedly cutting off all communication with someone, usually in the context of a personal relationship. So, you might have thought things were going well, your date promised to call you, and then poof, they've disappeared. Ghosting usually involves disappearing from a person's life, and they'll ignore calls, texts, or messages, leaving you to wonder if something terrible happened. Ghosting can be hurtful and confusing for the person who has been ghosted, as they may feel rejected and abandoned without any explanation. And depending on how long the relationship had been going on, it can be difficult for them to move forward because they have a lot of unanswered questions and unresolved emotions. Ghosting is an emotionally avoidant behavior that involves a sudden and complete break in communication without any explanation or closure. It can be traumatic in relationships for a variety of reasons. One of them is the loss of closure. So there's no defined ending, and it can leave the person who was ghosted confused and abandoned, and they might find it hard to move on from the relationship and feel stuck in a state of limbo. So I just want to point out that if you were only dating someone, 1 to 4 dates, and they don't call you back, it may not be a big deal. You have to put this information in the context of the relationship. Now, if you were married for 20 years and the person disappears, that's a little bit different, right? That could be a really upsetting situation. Being ghosted can feel like rejection of a person as a whole. It can be hard not to take it personally and feel like something is wrong with them, and this can lead to feelings of shame, low self-esteem, and self-doubt. Unresolved conflict happens with ghosting, so when communication is cut off, there's no opportunity to resolve the issue or work through any feelings, and it can leave the person who was ghosted feeling unresolved and stuck in their negative emotions. It's also betrayal of trust. So ghosting can feel like a betrayal of trust, especially if the person who has been ghosted has invested time and emotional energy into the relationship. And it can be hard to trust other people in future relationships when this happens. So in a future post, we talk about why it happens. But in the meantime, don't forget, Coach Brian is here to support you. Contact him through lovers4ever.net. My name's Christine. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk again in the next video.